My name is Marie, and I'm the CIO and co-founder of Data 360. And I'm going to talk about low code and no code in terms of the ins and outs of customer acquisition and how you can make customer acquisition a lot easier. So about me, again, I'm the CIO and co-founder of Data 360. I'm a software architect. I started back in the olden days, 30 years ago, with AOL, a startup that actually rolled up into AOL, and worked in newspapers in 1990 when there was such a thing called a newspaper. And I've been a Technical Academy Award winner. I've contributed over 100 million in revenue to companies and projects. And right now, we're working on onboarding about 200,000 or so people through Google Cloud and 500,000 so people through Microsoft Azure in the Data 360 apps and platforms. So we're very excited about our growth and what we're working on right now. My passions, I'm a foodie, I'm a spiritual warrior. Really here for my people. So here for people like you every day, all day, looking to make a difference. And I'm Black, Latina, Asian, queer, technologist, entrepreneur, all of that. So lots of history, lots of things. So feel free to hit me up with questions on LinkedIn, or Casey has all my information if you want to get in touch. So when you look at an area like low code, no code, and you look at an area like software development or any kind of technology, you want to have an application in mind. And so in this case, we're going to talk about the tactics for customer acquisition. So when you talk about technology, right? So low code, no code applies to the same areas that you do if you deal with SaaS, software as a service, if you're dealing with manual coding, it's no different. So there is low code, no code for websites and search. There's low code, no code for social media. There's low code, no code for email. There's no code, low code for events and online groups, right? So all of these things are areas that you want to consider and think about. So the first decision you need to make when you talk about low code, no code, or any area of programming is, what are you focusing on? So if in this scenario, we're talking about customer acquisition, which area are you going to focus on? What is your superpower? So are you going to go websites, social media, email, events, right? So websites are important only if your clients already know the products or services exist like yours. People build lots of websites all the time, and then nobody knows they exist because they don't know that your product or service exists. So you can't use the web really for brand new niches or things that are very obscure or things that are unique, because people don't know to search for you. So websites become very costly and very ineffective unless you're selling something very normal like pet food, beauty, flowers, TVs, things that people already know and they're already looking for. Now, social media is actually the opposite. Social media is where people go to discover new things that they haven't heard before, things that are obscure, things that are recommended, things that are word of mouth. So social media is great for visual products, services, enticing customers to buy things, getting them to do impulse buys, getting them to connect with you on a whim, things like that, hitting the unexpected. So social media is really where people go to get the unexpected. So sort of keep that in mind, right? Email. Now, email is really great for early adopters, people who need to get to know you and your products and services, and they want to receive education. So email is really great if you have a type of product or service that people need to understand more in order to consume it, in order to really get into the secret sauce of what you're offering. So email is really great for that. And then events and online groups are really great for early adopters who need to get to know your product and service and receive education also. So online events are really great for people to get to know you. So we do a lot of those with Data 360 because we have a technical service. So you need to be educated, understand things. So that's why we do events. So keep this in mind that like the purpose of your software selection is critical. So make sure you're clear on that. The second part is understanding your customer journey. So knowing what you need to do also helps you select the software that you need to get. So reviewing goals, gathering research, touch points in brainstorms, right? Empathy maps, brainstorms with lenses, affinity maps, sketch the journey, refining goals, digitizing, share, use, launch, right? So I'm going to pause on the screen for a little bit so you can sort of take notes on this screen, because all of these things are techniques, all of these steps are techniques that you need to know in order to really get into the weeds, into the details of customer acquisition so you can understand what you need, right? And the first thing I always see with my entrepreneurs that we mentor and our clients is not knowing how to set goals. So you can't pick the right software until you have goals. We have people come to us all the time and say, well, what do I need for email? What do I need for social media? What do I need for this? Well, it depends on your goals, right? So if you pick random software and then you try to like make a goal or just do random stuff, you're not going to get very far. So you have to make sure you understand what your goals are. And goals meaning, who are you trying to reach? What social media channels, right? What types of emails are you looking to send? Do your emails need to contain video? Do they need to have images? Are they just mostly text? Do they need to reach millions of people, thousands of people, or hundreds of people, right? So that all depends on what software you're going to use, right? So you have to think about how you construct that goal. So first is who, right? Who are you trying to reach, right? And how many of those people are you trying to reach, right? And what are you trying to reach them with, right? And why is it gonna need to happen, right? So like, does it need to happen on LinkedIn because it's mostly professionals? That's the why. Does it need to happen on Facebook because it's entrepreneurs? Does it need to happen on Twitter because it's news? Why, right? The big why. And then let's see, we got who, what, where, right? Where, why, and how. So where is not just the channel, right? So I use the channel as the why, right? So the where is, where do you want them to go? What is the call to action, right? So how do you get them to get your audience to understand where they need to go, right? And it might be software that gets them there, right? So it could be a webinar software that automates them to your page. It could be a link tracker that lets you know when they're clicking on your link so you can email them. It might be some other type of technology, right? So there's lots and lots of really amazing technologies. And so you want to make sure that you really get that who, what, where, why, and how down before you start doing the research and the brainstorms and all the other things, right? So the second thing I want to say about the screen is empathy map, brainstorm lenses, all these things. Google them, right? These are practices. These are best practices for customer acquisition. So, and they're all things you want to learn. So the biggest thing when you're planning to use low code, no code is you have to put in the time. You have to put in the time to learn what the terms mean in the application you're trying to build. And then you need to also plan how things need to work. You can't just start shooting from the hip and thinking that things are going to work or talking off the top of the head, as we say. So making sure that when you start, you take this journey map and you Google it and you learn what is a touch point in channel brainstorming. Literally type in touch point, channel, and channel brainstorm. Type in empathy map. Go to Google Images, look up the images. Type in brainstorm with lenses, look up the images, Google the articles, right? Understand what each of these things mean and how they apply to your overall plan, right? And get this journey done right the first time. The most expensive thing that can happen in a business is after having to do things after you've gotten big, right? And you've done it the wrong way. So you've done it the wrong way. Now you have millions of customers. Guess what happens? You spent tens of millions of dollars correcting your mistakes, right? So just do it right the first time. Get it right the first time. Get the practices together. Then start talking about the software, right? And make sure you understand exactly what you want to do and why you want to do it. The last thing I want to talk about before I get into a little bit of the software is creating a daily or weekly team stand-up, making sure you understand how the software is going to be used in your overall rollout, right? So these are the steps to the rollout: the to do, the plan, the develop, the testing, deploying, and then being done, right? And you see there's boxes in here where there's a task, there's a feature. Now the feature is the software. What is the software going to do? What is the feature going to do to help move this forward, right? So on the to-do side, right, what are you going to have your customer do, right? Or if it's internal, if it's for your internal team, what do you need your team to do, right? But in this case, we're talking about customer acquisition. So we're going to talk about what it is, what is the feature that you want to have happen, then what is the story behind that feature, right? Or maybe there's a couple stories, right, behind that feature. Why is this need to happen, right? So what are these jobs that you're trying to get the customer to do? So you might need them to, for example, you might need a customer to watch a video, right? So the user story is they're watching a video because they're learning how to use your product. And then the second thing that that video is going to do at the end is going to display a link so that they sign up for a webinar, right? So then you know, watch a video, do a webinar. Now, how many different ways can I get this done? What kind of videos can I make? How many tools can I use for that? Right? What kind of links can I get to this webinar? How many different ways can the webinar happen? Right? So there's a lot of different understandings of how these things can work. So I'll show you some examples. And then planning, developing, testing, deploying, and being done are all steps that you need to do, right? So planning, we've talked about. Developing means making the software, right? So do you have special conditions in which you need things to be made, right? Do you have a team? Do you have a developer team? Do you have an outsource team? Do you have a non-technical team, right? And in the case of low code, no code, you don't need a developer overseas. You don't need a technical team. You can have regular, technically proficient people use the software. When it's low code, no code, you don't have to have tons of people working on your app, right? Or working on your idea. That's the whole point. So you can easily serve millions of users using this software. So when we talk about development, we're not talking about the usual painful, error-prone stuff, right? We're talking about clean, easy to use development tools, software that can help you do that. And we'll show you how easy it is in a minute. Same with testing, being able to test things out. You need software, you need widgets, you need low code, no code. And deployment. Deployment means releasing it to users. Same thing. So when you start doing your product or service, you want to know the first thing in low code, no code is it crucial for their life? Can the customer live without your product or service? Is it a daily, weekly, or monthly need? Will they buy it even if they don't like you or don't like your company? Second half, is it something, is it want to have, where is it a product that's fun, or is it something that the customer can only buy if it's in special or it's in limited places like a theme park, a museum, a boutique place, right? Do you have to do a lot of personalized selling? Or are there a lot of alternatives to what you sell, right? And so need to have and want to have are very different customer acquisitions. And I say that because it starts with how you communicate. So now we're going to start with some tools that will help you tell the story, right, of what you're building. So just to refresh your memory, we're going to talk about goals, right? But before you even, or I should say, the beginning step of goals is what the heck are you trying to get people to do, and what are you selling, and that sort of thing, right? And so you have your need to have, you've categorized your product as a need to have or a want to have. Is it crucial? Is it not crucial? Right. And then we're going to start communicating that. So this is an example of a low code, no code tool called Copysmith. And so Copysmith is a really amazing tool because it helps you write copy, right? And it gives you ideas on how to put together your story, right, of what you're doing. So let's say, for example, we're building out a, let's see, we're building out a new line of makeup, right? We're a beauty company. And we want to put together a blog. So we have this blog intro, and we're going to make a new file, and we're going to call it Introducing Whip It Gloss. I'm just going to call it Whip It Gloss. So with this kind of software, you can basically give it a title, give the blog a title, and the software will actually generate introductions to a blog for you so you can start to write the blog, right? So we say, for example, Whip It Gloss gives your lips the most moisture, so better moisture than any other brand. And then we click generate. And then you have all the examples of how to begin to talk about Whip It Gloss, right? So one, obviously, just a basic one, right? So it gives is a product that gives you perfect moisture balance for your lips. Try it today and feel the difference. So it has a readability score. It has a character count. You can tell the AI you like it or you don't like it. You can publish it to Zapier if you guys are familiar with Zapier. If not, we'll put some information in the video description for that. So Whip It Gloss is a lip gloss that gives your lips better moisture than any other brand. Our product contains vitamins that make your lips healthier. We wanted to create the best lip gloss, and we think our product is the best. So this gives you just a basic idea of a more expanded description. And maybe it is because it has vitamins. Maybe it's because it contains something else. The point is, you can just insert the other things because now you have the language and the words to begin to write the copy. And so then you can go, Whip It Gloss is a brand that wants to change your lips forever. Now, this is a whole nother level, right? We're a brand that produces the best quality lip products on the market. With our unique ingredients, you will find our products make lips that stand out from everyone else's. Our products can be used for any occasion and will last for hours. Now, that's amazing, right? That's a professional copywriter writing about your brand. So look at how incredible that is, that you can actually just take that and really make it happen automatically, right? And then here's another one, right? Whip It Gloss is a lip gloss that actually does what it promises. You see it all the time. A company will advertise this product as amazing, but then you try it out, it's not what you expected. Whip It Gloss makes your lips feel so smooth and moisturized. It's unlike any other brand out there. Now that's an incredible one also, right? And you might want to use those products together, right? I mean, those paragraphs together, right? Which is you might want to have it so that the brand change your lips forever, and then you put these, then you have that as a second paragraph, and then you can start to play with these concepts, and then like say you don't like any of these or you want more, you can generate more. So it's a pretty amazing AI based low code, no code tool, right? And then we can also go back and say, for example, we want to make a whole article about it. Then we can also make an article summary that'll summarize the clips. We can make a listicle, which tells all the top 10 ways to use the lip gloss. We can make a content expander, a short piece, and then it expands it to a bigger piece. We can make a Kickstarter campaign idea. We can make a blog titles. We can do content rewriter. So say you wrote some content and you need it rewritten. So you can do that. And the coolest one I like actually is you can actually do a landing page, which is pretty cool, right? So we have to do those all the time in business, especially if you're in digital marketing, and who isn't in digital marketing, right? So we'll just call it Whip It Gloss landing page. And then we just want to put here Whip It Gloss. Oh, actually, we have this one. Let's see. We want to open in a new tab because we want to take that old other recent description that we made, and we want to add that to the company description, right? So we can expand it. So let's go with, I like the one that has where it does what it promises. That's a pretty cool one. So my name is Marie, and we sell Whip It Gloss, right? And then we have some keywords. So we hit gloss, lip gloss, makeup, beauty, organic, natural, moisture. I can spell moisture. And we hit generate. And then here we have the beginning of a landing page. And so we can start to see how the features of our product can be put into an actual page. So a headline, protects lips with organic ingredients, a subheadline, a lip gloss that actually makes your lips feel silky smooth, a feature, give your lips a tingling, minty feeling, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can open a new page, and then you can get a sense of what it looks like on an actual landing page, right? It's not gonna be styled there, but it just gives you an idea of how it can be put together, right? So you can take a look at it, you can see kind of the beginnings of what the page could look like. You can see how to begin to market it, and then you can also keep generating more ideas and seeing how they work. So we can even do another one. So here's another one. Whip It Gloss. It's organic, it's moisture, it's natural. So different than other glosses out there. So again, you can start to work that as an overall landing page. So that's an example of beginning to sort of put out there like the content that you need to put out there. What is it that you're gonna do? How are you gonna do it? Right. So then you go, okay, I'm gonna put out a web page. I'm gonna use this on my Facebook page. I'm gonna use this as an email template. I'm gonna use this as a part of a description of why are they coming to this event, right? So that's how you begin to take these tools and sort of apply them to how you're going to reach people, right? So how are you going to do this, right? So that's why it's important to know I can have this landing page, but if the landing page doesn't have a purpose and it doesn't have something to fit into, I'm just sort of, throwing things into the wind. So why do I want to do that? That's not going to be very effective. So that's why you have to have a plan ahead of time, because then when you generate this landing page, when you generate these descriptions, then it's going to be able to be applied to an overall plan, right? So that's copysmith. So that's how you use the copywriter. So the next thing I'm going to show you is another one where you can use it to make videos. So this one is called Lumen 5. And so, for example, this is one I just discovered, so I've been very, very excited about it. And what's great about it is it actually can help you make the like super cool videos, right? So let me just type in moist lipstick as a overall term. So I can take this article, for example, from the Today Show from 2021, and it has all the text in it. It has all the stuff about the different lipsticks and what's available, right? So we'll just pretend that this is our line here. And then we will make a new video. And so what's great about this is it will literally take this video and turn it into a fantastic, or take this article and turn it into a fantastic video. So let me just look at some templates here. I'm gonna pick professional chart. Let's just do that one. So we can pick use template. That gives you a little video stat here. And this is actually not the only tool that does this. There's numerous ones, just like Copysmith. Copysmith, if you type in AI copywriter, you can find many copywriters that might meet your needs. Same with this, video creators. There's tons of them. I know this is brand new for a lot of people out there, but there's tons and tons of information out there. So we're gonna type in the URL for this, and we're gonna import this article into the video tool. So here it is. I'm gonna unselect use AI for the best sentences, just as I like it done the other way. You can experiment in a lot of different ways with this tool. There's tons of media, there's icons, there's music, there's style. But what's great about this is you just hit this little button, and in a few minutes, we'll have a full video. So what's great about this is you can see it turned that professional business presentation into a woman putting on lip gloss. And then you can see here, it's just going through and taking different screens and make it so like you say, okay, that screen doesn't quite make sense. Let's delete that. So here's the rest of the article. You can purchase things, blah, 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 price and availabilities of da, 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 da. Okay. I don't want all the promo about the Today Show in this. So I can go, okay, let me take all this out. And now you can see that it automatically put together pictures of women putting on makeup and moisturizing and hydrating. It shows lips, shows hydrated lipstick, it shows a gloss. So notice that, I didn't do anything except put the article in and hit make video, and it selected all the images, and it took all the text and applied it to the right images. And say if I want different images, I can just go over here to media and I can pick different ones. And you can see here, it's already pre-selected different ones for here, right? So if I say Black women lipstick, it will actually give me pictures or some of Black women, and I can pick out different ones that I want here. So not all of them are lips. So let's say I put in Black women beauty. And I could try different ones, right? So say if I want to change things, I can change it up. So the point here is that you have pretty much an instant tool to go and find how things might go together. You can also upload things. So we have our logos here and all that. So pretty amazing that you can just instantly put together a presentation. And then when you're done with the presentation, you can hit what's called an outro, and then boom, your social media. So that's tool number 2. I just want to hip you to when you're talking about putting together the overall. I have to stop here because I see the presentation did something weird. Okay, and I have a full screen. Let's hit play. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Okay, 10, 9, 8. Reason to look at how people are wanting to talk about your product so that you can answer their questions. Kind of the rawest version of a search. Again, when we talk about going back to the journey, right, and reviewing your goals and everything, when you make these articles and you make the video, you want to know the purpose. So make sure when you put together everything in this Lumen 5 video or in Copysmith, you have the most amazing reasons why you're doing what you're doing. So then everything comes together in a very clear way. The third tool I'm actually going to talk about, and before we wrap it up here, is called Answer the Public, which I love to demo for people, to show kind of low code, no code. So this is kind of the rawest version of a search engine. So say you want to know all the different ways you could talk about lipstick, right? So, or lip gloss, let's say lip gloss. This will tell you everything that's in the US, and ignore that creepy robot, everything that's in the US around lip gloss in Google and Bing. And so we're gonna hit a search, we're gonna hit search. And what it's gonna do is actually tell you why people are thinking or how people are thinking about lip gloss in your market. So that when you go through this, your goals, right? And begins the kind of the second step of gathering research. You want to look at how people are wanting to talk about your product so that you can answer their questions and answer their needs, right? So, can lip gloss help chapped lips? That's a search. Can lip gloss be used as blush? Can lip gloss mold? Lip gloss go on a plane? Can lip gloss go bad? Right. So all of these are what are called can questions. And then there are lots of other ones, right? So there are where, when, which, what, how, why, are, right? All kinds of questions about lip gloss. We have also what are called prepositions. So you can basically see all the different kinds of lip gloss you could sell, lip gloss for teens, lip gloss for brown skin, all these different things. And so you can begin to take your initial videos and copy and expand them into answering other questions, having other features that apply to your lip gloss. So again, you have to know your initial understanding of what you want to talk about, and then you can use this tool to begin to expand what you want to talk about, right? And come up with different strategies. And so you can actually take this and start to create other copy. You could play with Copysmith and see what it comes up with and give you ideas about what to talk about, different ways to sell your products and services. So there are, many different ways to make blog posts, many different ways to make social media posts, many different ways to make landing pages, websites, events, right? But this will all give you expansion ideas, right? So there's your initial idea using the low code, no code tools, and then there's expansion, right? And you can take this information and circle back to the other tools and begin to make copy, begin to make videos, begin to make images, those sorts of things. So that's just a little sample. You can also look at comparisons, and then there's lots of other ways of looking at search results for lip gloss. So many different ways you can sell things. There's so many different ways you can expand. It's actually really amazing. This is what you call big data. So this is part of what Data 360 works on. And so however you want to explore, you can actually start to really go to town on this research. And what's cool, actually, the last thing I'll share about Answer the Public is when you click on any of these, it actually goes to the actual Google search to show you what happens on that particular search result. So lip gloss to make lips bigger. This tells you a lot of things. It tells you who your competition is. It tells you who's at the top of the game, what do the ads look like, how do people position their products in Google Shopping. It tells you what kind of blogs are being written, who to connect with to write blogs about your product. I mean, so many things, right? And that's the power of big data. And this big data low code, no code tool gives you instant access to all of that information. So it's really, really profound. And it's incredible what you can do. So to wrap up this session, we're going to go into a few other principles you want to think about when you're doing customer acquisition and you're doing this content generation using low code, no code. One is be authentic. Make sure that you are not using these tools to just be fake and say anything to anybody. Make sure it actually reflects your actual voice. Make sure you find your superpower, right? So in looking at the data and looking at all these different ways of expressing yourself and making videos, make sure you have a really competitive strategy. Make sure you have a really great growth strategy.
Hey, good people. Oh, 1 second. Let me let this closeout finish.
There's a differentiation, there's price based, there's supporting information. Make sure you're being innovative, thinking about how you do this right. So this goes back into that planning aspect and doing that customer journey. Make sure you have social proof, right? And if you don't have social proof, build social proof, revenue, users, customers served, corporate partners, all that fun stuff, right? Use the low code, no code tools to tell people about those, right? Make videos, make more articles, make content, that sort of thing, right? Make sure you understand all the acquisition channels. So, what's going on with Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Slack, Telecom, WhatsApp, Clubhouse, Google Play Store, Apple App Store, right? And I'll make sure that we have this presentation so you can view it and understand all these different channels. And then we talk about big data with low code and no code, right? So what it does is it helps you optimize for Google, optimize for social media, optimize for listings, optimize for mobile. And then the biggest thing you can do then is then put this together into one plan, right? So this is what the plan looks like. Making sure you understand the acquisition tactic, right? Is the product a need to have or want to have? You want to be authentic. You want to talk about your superpower. You want to provide social proof. You want to pick a channel. Then you want to take all of that. You want to use it in the low code, no code tools to rapid prototype, right? Get it out there, get the feedback, and understand what works in your business, right? And that's the cycle, right? That's how all the top companies do it. They put it out there, they experiment, they use these tools to make things. Even the biggest companies in the world, if you look at any of the web pages of these different low code, no code tools, big companies use these tools every day. And they use them to put their products and services out there in a way so that they really get good feedback from the market and then they start over again. So do the same, be excellent, and do use the best practices for your company. And this is us, Data 360. So feel free to reach out to us if all this sounds like even still too complicated. We're happy to give you very simple, easy ways, low cost ways to access these kind of tools, to access this kind of information, and have it done for you so you can really understand how it works in the beginning, and then you can start to do it on your own. So we like to teach you how to fish. So thank you so much and really appreciate all of your time, and feel free to reach out.
Man, so many gems, y'all. So many gems. So many gems. Marie Smith is her name. Do not forget it. She is the co-founder and chief information officer of Data 360. She has legit won a Technical Academy Award for her technical ability, Academy Award. She has a bunch of friends that are celebrities, mainly actors. She did a lot of work out there in LA. She's helped dozens of big companies. And she is literally right now hosting this movement that I know is going to shake the globe called Hip Hop Hackathon. Hip Hop Hackathon. It is targeting um, grade school kids and college students to teach them this very same stuff y'all are learning, right? But they're going to be light years ahead of us, right? So it's super dope, but that's where she is right now. But she sends her love. She was trying to break her neck to rap with y'all for about 10 minutes. And I'm like, Marie, please calm down. But she's super dope, y'all. And she has actually, oh no, she knows though. Okay, that's what's up, Sherry. She has actually given a gift to the tribe. If you go to blazevirtualsummit.com/freebies, you'll see her gift and everyone else's. But for life, this does not expire when the replays do. For life, she's giving 50% off of their services. 50% off for life. So if you go to and they're fire, like they serve corporates, okay? But if you go to blazevirtualsummit.com/freebies, that link is there. And oh, by the way, Y'all loved Copysmith, right? After being exposed to Copysmith because of Marie, Marie is definitely an OG. She's definitely somebody I consider a mentor. I met her in the I Fund Women of Color group. She's a mentor over there, and we've just developed a very personal relationship. I sit on one of her boards now, etc. But after she introduced me to Copysmith AI, I got it. And literally during the trial period, the CEO, I think it must have been a generic email, y'all, but this is about taking up space. I saw his picture was black, and I responded. Y'all know by now how my how my temperament told us. I said, "Yes, black man, you better be the CEO of this tech company, right?" So I'm gassing him up in this thing. And his take up the space, y'all. And his company reaches back out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so sweet." And so they, offer some stuff. And then he circled back. Turns out he's from Alabama. Super dope. You better, black man. And he gave y'all a gift too. So if you want Copysmith, it is very affordable. You will never pay a human this little to do all of this stuff. But on top of how affordable it is, he's adding 30% off. 30% off the first 3 months if you sign up. And the code is Casey30, CASEY 30. CASEY 30. You better, black man. So definitely take advantage of that, y'all. Literally, you will not pay a Fiverr person or even your cousin as little as you're going to pay for this AI. And it gives scale no matter whether your blog content goes to 100 outputs a day because you're using Answer the Public to know what to write about, or is it two? You're paying the same amount of money. Okay, that is the beauty of tech. That's the beauty of AI. It gives you scale. You increase your revenue without increasing your costs, expenses, or time by the same amount. Okay. The family always takes care of the family. That's right. Y'all take up all the space. All right. So I mentioned this before. I'm gonna mention this again. This is very important that you understand this and make a conscious decision, right? So that was long, right? And y'all are so fire. Y'all have absorbed this stuff. I have seen you see yourself in it. Many of you started off being a spectator of Web3, a spectator of AI, a spectator of all of these things, low code, no code. And Marie just showed you without giving you definition what that is. It literally means you don't need to be an engineer. Like it's no code. Like you just click a button and it pops up. Low code. Okay, maybe I gotta like copy the email address and paste it over there, but right? So she just demonstrated what that is, and I've seen you all blossom and bloom and flower in the comments. So can you type the link in the chat for everyone, Casey, please? Yes, I will. I'm gonna type in the freebie thing for Marie's code, and then literally the discount code that the CEO gave us for Copysmith is Casey30. My name, 30. All right, so let me do this. All right, so say this again. You have made it, right, to the end of these sessions, right? Tomorrow through Saturday, we'll be stopping at 4 because we got to go into, networking, right? That is very important. But today, space is held, y'all, for you. You are not the last rung on the ladder. With all of the content and the affirmations and all of that stuff, building confidence that you gain, I challenge you. This is a challenge. I challenge you to utilize it in the booth with Kiva because they're waiting to meet you. Okay, I'm going to talk more about this in the next session. I just want everybody to know what this is about to be about. It is literally me, right, prepping you for that because I love you. Okay. It is literally me helping you to contextualize what this is, right? Meaning the loan, right? Meaning funding, meaning healing our relationship with money in the first place, because the first of the month was always quiet and tight in the household as children. All of the things, right? All of these things intersect with our experiences as Black female entrepreneurs. So that is what this next session is about, because I want y'all to blow out the booth. I want y'all to come in heavy. I want y'all to say, I'm here for what's mine, because it is yours, right? And we need funding to do these things that we're doing. So that's what the next session is about. There's more tomorrow, y'all. So yeah, it's dope every day. Honestly, if you take off, I'm telling you, if you take off the rest of the week and enjoy this, I promise you it will catapult you light years ahead of your peers. I don't care if they're white, blue, brown, pink, whatever. Like, it will catapult you light years ahead. This is absolutely free. It's free for your cousins if they decide to sign up tonight, right? But this is for you. All right. Before we go to that next session where I'm gonna let y'all go into the Kiva booth thereafter, I want to give some shout outs to some people on the leaderboard because y'all been tearing it up. Okay. Let's see who's number one right now. There will be 15. Okay, Tiffany. There will be 15 winners. Tiffany was number three at the start of the day. I believe Tiffany had 350 points. Tiffany right now has 2,980 points. Okay. 2,980 points. Now, the competition goes all the way through the last day of the summit. Um, Literally at the end, at the buzzer, whoever gets it, gets it. Whoever gets it, gets it. All right. But there will be 15 winners. We have Courtney Weston, number two. I see you, sis. Demetra, number three. And then we have Gina, Wendy. Wendy, you've been chatting it up. Demetria, Chanel, Samia, Chandra, Aaliyah. Aaliyah got that fire, y'all. She's come to the stage a couple of times. Kai, Monet, Sabrina, Sharon. Okay, Sharon. And Francesca. Beautiful job, ladies. Y'all are killing it. And again, right? Keep going. But for real, this is not for naught. Yes, you're gonna get a gift, but this helps you show up differently in the world. We're not asking for permission, right? We are taking up space, right? And the ease at which we exist in here, right? It allows us to see that it's not that scary out there, right? And it allows us to create these same culturally competent spaces for our people, especially. All right. So that's that. Let me tell you too, really quickly. That's right, Demetria. Taking up space, showing up and showing out. Shout out to some super dope people too. So Podia actually is offering a grand prize for the winner. Y'all. Okay. Podia is amazing. Speaking of low code, now that you know what that vocabulary word is for those who don't, low code meaning you don't need an engineer, right? You don't even need like a savvy person. Like you do a click and something very robust is there. Podia allows creators, literally creators, it doesn't matter what you do and who you are, it allows them to have a no-code solution to be able to house your website, a community, free or paid, different tiers within that community, courses, right, free or paid, downloads, free or paid, webinars, yep, coaching sessions, right, services, so actually syncing with your calendar and doing all that on the inside, and more. It is very, very robust. The Blaze Knowledge Academy, just to give y'all a peek under the hood, where we have served to date, we have 1.3 thousand members on there. 1.62 customers, etc. Right, so I am a partner with them as well, right? Because they tapped me at the top of this year and said, "Hey, Casey, you're one of the top 3 community creators. Can you talk to our company to tell them your secrets, how you've done it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I tapped them and said, "And can you pull up for my people?" And give us the things, right? Since you do see us, since you do value us, et cetera, et cetera. And they did. This is taking up space, y'all. Y'all got to pitch. Y'all got to practice. And this is very relevant for Akiva being in the booth today, right? I want y'all to show with that same energy. Long story short, Podia has gifted for the number one winner their plan. It's a $900 value, an annual subscription for their plan that gives you unlimited courses. They don't even take a transaction fee on your sales. Unlimited downloads, unlimited community members, unlimited everything, plus a built-in affiliate program where you for free can have people sign up on their end. There's no code, right? And they automatically get affiliate links and you just decide what percentage they get, right? Whether you have 3,000, you have as many affiliates as you want. Selling your stuff, right, to people you don't know, and you get whatever margin. You know, if you want to give them 10%, 20%, 30%, you get the rest. Okay. Podia has gifted that, which is legit, helping a Black woman launch a scalable, profitable business. Why profitable? Because the day you make a cent, you have a return. Okay. So super dope. Big shout out to them. Y'all been taking pictures and stuff, man. Y'all so dope. Big shout out to Flick Photo Co. Nichelle is a Black female founder. She approached Blaze, y'all. She's super fire. And I'm giving these flowers because literally 6 months ago, take up space, we didn't have a sponsor. Like I bootstrapped it, right? And I'm like, we deserve all the things. Like the rest will come, the world will catch up, and they did. The Webbies came and said, "Oh, this is the best of the internet for business finance," right? But this is the manifestation of all of those things, right? So Nashelle pulled up and she's like, I want to do, I am a Black female founder, blah, blah, blah. So she's one of our strategic partners. The experience was incredible. And I now have y'all's faces. I'm going to do beautiful, amazing things with them. Y'all are my why. So it is going to give me encouragement, etc. Along this journey. And Kiva, of course. So we about to go talk about Kiva. I want to give some real scenarios about women in the Blaze tribe that have gotten thousands and thousands of dollars, like thousands of dollars. But yeah, I want to make it real for you and also answer any questions so you feel confident when you go in that booth because I want y'all to swarm the booth, right? I'm telling you the behind the scenes conversations that I've had with people, with companies, right? To get where I am today. And I'm nowhere near where I'm going to be. And you are nowhere near where you're going to be. It is literally taking up space as you are, asking for things, shaking hands, kissing babies, not fronting, not playing the game, right? Be it until you see it. Don't fake it until you make it. And so much promise is on the other side. Okay. I love y'all for real. This is the last stretch, and I'm assuming that everybody on this other side are people who actually are interested in this interest-free funding. I'm gonna tell you about it. And listen, Linda. I know, I know that there are negative connotations, especially for us with this kind of stuff, right? So that is why I am gonna speak about it. I would not put my name behind anything that I don't believe in, and nor would I expose y'all to anything that would be harmful to you. So that's number one. Okay, so we'll unpack that together, and then I'm gonna leave you alone, and you'll be able to pull up in the boots, and I want y'all to go get yours. Okay. All right, I'll see y'all on the other side. Love and light to y'all. More to come. Every day is gonna be lit just like this. Every round goes higher. I'm so proud of y'all already. All right, see you on the other side.